Hey folks, we're going to be doing a motorcycle review on the Suzuki Katana 600. This motorcycle is basically all stock except for some stickers and the D&D pipe on the end here. This is a carbureted bike. This is the year 2006. We're going to be taking it on the streets and the freeway over here. And we're going to be riding in first-person mode. I'm going to put the camera within the helmet. We're filming with the Kodak V as in Victor 570 camera with image stabilization and ultra-wide angle lens, so you'll be able to see the freeway a lot better. It won't be a narrow video, it'll be ultra-wide. We're going to give the motorcycle a few revs. We're in California. It's pretty cold here right now in California, so I'm bundled up with like a zillion different layers. But I've ridden this motorcycle about 500, 600 miles already, so now I can give you a very accurate review. So let's give it a few revs. We're going to rev the D&D pipe from our good friends in Fort Worth, Texas. We're going to get on the motorcycle. We're going to put the camera right here in the visor. Check it out. Very small camera, and I'm going to be hands-free, so we'll be able to film hands-free. Let's go out onto the streets real quick before the traffic starts to go, and it's too late, darn it. I was just about to do it. Well, while we're waiting for the traffic to go, which is only be about 20 seconds, we got the starter here on the right. See right here we have this little gauge here, this little lever, so if you're running low on fuel you can flip it over here to reserve. See, I'll tell you some more because we still got traffic. Got the starter over here, as I mentioned, turn signals, you got the choke here, you got the flash to pass headlights here. Let's go. Put it in first gear. We have 6 gears. You might get a little bit of fog just for a second, okay, but let not your heart be troubled. Once I start going, it'll be okay. There we go. Should be unfogging for you guys. We got 6 gears. On the street, you'll find that the 600 has ample enough power, more than enough power. Same thing with the freeways. Now, this is not a track bike. This is not a bike that I would say even is for the twisties. This is a real world bike, especially for people out here in California. You'll see a lot of Californians with these bikes cruising up and down the beach, freeway riding. Now, I'm in 6th gear right now. We're going about 50 miles an hour. It's around 4 grand on the tack, so it's not a high revving bike like the smaller 250s, like the Ninjas. The comfort level is excellent, which is why I like this motorcycle, especially for the mean, unforgiving high-speed freeways that I'm about to get on. We got about 3 more lights, so be patient and we'll get on the freeway, give you some freeway riding. The shifting is very smooth. They did a really good job on the shifting. I'm downshifting right now. I'm going to go right into the neutral. See how it's got a neutral light? It's got the handy dandy fuel gauge over here on the right. You can see it, I just gassed up. Pretty good on gas since it's a 600. Now, I've ridden thousands, 650, 600s, 250s, and if you're interested in a perfect balance of power but also fuel economy, a 600 motorcycle will be fine. It's great for the freeways. Now, out where I ride, where we're going to ride right now, you've got to have a motorcycle with some meat on its bones. It gets very windy where I ride, so I like that this bike is a heavier bike. This is not some light bike that you drive around on the mountain twisties or a track bike. It's a sport bike, but it's more like a touring bike. That's kind of my opinion on it. I mean, it's got good power. You'll see, I'll get on the freeway. It doesn't lug along at speeds. It's got great power, but it's more, like I mentioned, a real world motorcycle. first gear, pull the clutch in, I'm up to second gear. What else could I tell you? The seat is extremely comfortable. Out of all the motorcycles I've ridden, even the stock seat that it has is very comfortable. Now we're about to get on the freeway, and as you'll notice, you don't get a lot of wind buffeting. Come on, buddy. There we go. You'll be able to hear me okay, even at speeds of 65 miles per hour. Now we're in third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear. Remember, we got 6 gears. I'm kind of taking you through the gears. Get on it a bit. The get up and go is adequate. I'm not even giving it full throttle, obviously. I'm at 8,000 RPM, 6th gear. Now, what I like about it, if you live in a very windy area, this is the bike for you. It is heavy compared to other motorcycles I've ridden. It's not a very tall bike. So, you know, I've ridden some bikes, like I've ridden Kawasaki ZX6. That bike, if you're a shorter rider, you'd be on your tippy toes. Sometimes the R6s are that way also, if you're a shorter rider. I'm like an average height rider, and this has ample enough leg room. Handling took some getting used to, because you do seem you lean more rather than well, like right here, watch. What I'll do, this isn't really a sharp corner, but I just kind of lean. I'm not having to do counter steering a lot in the gradual corners, but on sharp corners at higher speeds, you do counter steer a lot. And for the motorcycle guys, you know what counter steering is, so I won't get into that. And we're going to be getting some good speeds here, so bear with me. What else can I tell you in the meantime? Let's see. You got the tachometer right smack in the middle of the video here, right here on the dash, right here, what you're watching in the video. The mirrors are adequate. They're not excellent, but they're not bad. They're adequate. Nothing to write home about. You got the speedometer over here on the left. Give it some speed. Get over here. California, I can go in the HOV lane over here. It's another reason I like this. Notice, you can maneuver in and out of traffic pretty quick. It's like on a rail. Good acceleration. The acceleration isn't eye-popping like on the R6, where you'll lose your fillings. The acceleration is so awesome on the R6. But you won't complain about slowness on this motorcycle. The acceleration is fine. It's more than enough. I do like the fuel gauge. Most of the motorcycles that I've had have not had fuel gauges, so I like that. You got the little handy dandy clock here. The odometer over here. Let's see what else I can tell you. Turn signals here on the left. You got a horn. Let's honk it. I don't know if you can hear it. You got the flash to pass brights, which I won't do now, but later on when I'm passing I'll do. Hold the trigger here, and when you keep the trigger down, you'll see a light light up on the dash. Well, let me just do it once. Watch. See how it lit up? But it flashes the brights ahead of me here if I need to pass people. What can I tell you that I don't like about it? Well, I like everything about it, but there's something you should know. It has a center stand, so if you're used to riding bikes that are taller bikes where the bottom part a lot higher, you got to be careful. You can hit that center stand. I've hit it a few times going over speed bumps in parking lots. So I have to go around, like at the real tall speed bumps, I kind of have to go around them, you know, on the edge of the speed bump, you know how you do on the corner, or if the speed bumps got a little part you could drive down the middle, you know, where it's open like that, where you could drive through the flat part. So you got to be careful. That kind of surprised me the first time when I hit bottom. I'm like, what the heck was that? Now what we're going to do, we're going to get in front of this guy here so I can kind of show you something. Whoa, whoa. Didn't know that guy was going to... Notice, very good acceleration. I like it. No complaints here from yours truly. Notice wind noise is fine. This is just a regular sized windscreen. I imagine you can get a double bubble or zero gravity windscreen to further eliminate any wind. One thing I want to tell you is you can lean forward. Notice I'm leaning forward here. The ride's very smooth. It's just this particular part of the freeway is horrible. There's a lot of bumps. So if you hear my voice shaking like this, that's because there's a lot of bumps. But it gets smoother later on. All the motorcycles I've ridden on this part of the freeway are like that. What else can I tell you? Braking is excellent. Now, here's what's really interesting. I think it's a plus, but let me tell you something interesting here. Let me get over this smooth part over here. Fine. Okay. After about 30 more seconds, the bump stopped. This does not have liquid cooling. There's no liquid cooling except for the oil. And it's air cooled. Now, you guys remember, finally we got away from the bump. You guys remember the Volkswagen Super Beetles, Volkswagen Bug, the VW Beetles? Those were air cooled, oil cooled, and those puppies ran forever. You got one big bump right here, watch. Right here where the sign's at. Right there. I know them by heart, folks. No more bumps. And those VW Beetles, of course, are still around. They last forever because they were oil and air cooled. When you get these cars that are liquid cooled and something happens to the cooling system, this is how you damage your engine. So those VWs lasted a long time. Now you're going to notice also with these Katanas, you'll see some real old ones still alive. Because they're air cooled and they got a big oil, you know, they're oil cooled. So you might like that, you might not. I happen to like it. One less thing to break down. Let's see what else I can tell you. Now I do rate it. I would rate this bike a 5 out of 5 stars. I definitely would rate it a 5 out of 5. Now if it was more expensive, then I would probably rate it a 3 or a 4 out of 5. But for the money, you can get, for example, this is the 2006. You can get these under $3,000. I've seen them $1,900, depending on how many miles they have on them. $1,900, $2,000, you got yourself a reliable sport bike. It is carbureted, it is not fuel injected, so you can't see it, but right here where I'm pointing the camera, the little choke lever. It's very cold right now in California. So when I go to start the motorcycle, I'll pull the choke back here, this lever, and it stays by itself. And you'll start it, you'll watch the tach, right? The tach will be around 1,500 RPM, 1,000 RPM. And then as the motorcycle starts to warm up within a minute, it's good to let it warm up, you pull the, push, I should say, the choke lever forward like ahead of the motorcycle this way. And then you'll notice
if the motorcycle seems like it's about to stall, like it's not really warmed up yet, you can pull it slightly back towards you again, let it warm up. It only takes about a minute or so. And in California, it doesn't get that cold compared to other states. But if you're in a state that's very, very cold, then you've got this handy dandy choke lever here. Just open up the choke, let your motorcycle run for a while, let it warm up. You push the choke forward this way, and you'll notice the engine stays running strong and steady and warmed up. Only about a minute or so. You know, sometimes if it's a lot colder, maybe 4 minutes, you'll let it run for a while. Now, we have winds out here in California called Santa Ana winds. Santa Ana winds. Very strong winds. I've been in these winds, and they are terrifying. In the twinkling of an eye, I go from this lane to that far lane over there on the right where that big semi-truck's at. So, I like heavier bikes for the purpose of my commute. For that purpose. You'll notice, if you play back the beginning of the video, there were no sharp edges, for the most part, on this motorcycle. The fairings are all bubbled really smooth. There's no sharp, jagged edges. Very smooth. Helps me to cut through the wind here. So I've ridden this motorcycle in strong Santa Ana winds, and I'll blow around a little bit, but it really holds its own in strong winds. So it's a great bike. You could easily sit a passenger on the back, and you know, it's got foot pegs down here, and the seat is all one seat. It's a real long, comfortable seat. So what I like about it is if you're on a long ride, I push forward, like with my legs, and I push my back backwards, like my rear end. I can push it back towards the back of the seat, and I can adjust different seating positions. If I want to lean forward, see, I can go like that, push backward, and I can lean forward. And right now, I'm leaning forward to where the visor is touching like my upper lip. See that? So you could really tuck down. If I wanted to, I'll show you something else as soon as this opens. I'm going to get on it a bit. Watch this guy get in the right lane. Here we go. If I wanted to, watch this, I'll put my feet on the pegs, and I'm all the way tucked down now. And now this screen is, let's see how low I can go, like right up to my nose. I've ridden this long distances, you know, not just 5 miles, 10 miles, but let's say 30, 40, 100. You don't get tired. Very comfortable. I've had other bikes, and I finally get to my destination, I'm kind of breathless, like I felt like I walked there, kind of exhausting. This one, you'll have energy. It does not fight you. It is a motorcycle for real world riding. Alright, let's get in the left lane over here, show you some stuff, get up and go here. See, not bad, huh? I was going to get in that lane, but you know who just got in front of me. That white car. We're going to get the right lane. Now we're going to take the corner here. I'll try to get some speed. It's the on-ramp to another freeway. It is very cold tonight in California. I don't mean to complain. I know you guys in other states are like, oh, you don't even know what cold is like. And that's true, but I'm just not used to 39. No, don't get in front of me. 39, 40 degrees. Let's turn the brights on, let you see how it looks. Not much difference. Of course, it's all lit up here, so it's kind of, you can't tell. This is the corner I was going to show you me going to the right, but the semi's in front of me, so let's see if we can pass it. Here we go. I'm in 6th gear, so notice you don't have to downshift or anything. It's ample enough acceleration. We're going to take the corner here. I'm going to go outside, inside. Brights on. This is a fun motorcycle, real world motorcycle for real world riders. Oh, let's see what else I can tell you. Talk to you about the gas mileage. I get real good gas mileage on this. We've been riding about, I would say, what, 20 miles. Fuel gauge hasn't really budged. Still up there by the F. The grips are like thinner grips. They're not, I've ridden some other bikes where the grips seem a lot bigger. I kind of like the thin grips though. I know what to say. The seating position is great. I'm slightly leaned forward. I'm not sitting straight up, which is good because it's not going to have your back sitting straight up. Although I guess you could sit up straight if you scooted forward more. By the way, that's one of those things, like those carnival things where they drop you from the heights. And then there you got the roller coaster. We're going to be showing you a beautiful shot of the City of the Angels, Los Angeles. We're going to be showing you Los Angeles here in about a minute to our left. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look out your window to the left, we'll be showing you, now, probably not going to look beautiful to me. It's probably going to be all full of traffic. Christmas time. Doing this video in December, a few days before Christmas. So look to your left, folks. Here we go. You should have a stunning view going into LA with tons of traffic. Saturday night, right now. Oh, awesome, there's no traffic. So I'm going to show you what I do, how I get into the faster lane over there, the carpool lane all the way to the left. Here we go. Kind of like a little ritual I have here. Got to time it right, see? Gonna get over here on the left. Here's the bumps again. It is a blast to ride on the freeway with this motorcycle. Very comfortable, as I mentioned. Good acceleration. Your hands don't get sore like if you're leaning forward too much, but also at the same time you're not getting buffeted by the wind. I've ridden bikes, like I had a Ninja 250, great sport bike to start on, but you like sit straight up and the wind would just buffet me something fierce. I wanted to do this, video because I don't see many reviews on the Suzuki Katana. I think when I did my first review, if you type in Suzuki Katana review, motorcycle review, I think me and one other guy from the UK, and his video is really good. He did a short video, but he did an excellent review. But I think it's just he and I are the only ones who've done reviews on the bike. So I was surprised about that. You guys should, if you ever get a chance to ride a Suzuki Katana, I've really fallen in love with this bike. I love it. Stays very stable on the freeways. Maybe that has something to do with the weight or whatever, but it doesn't seem like it blows all around. I'm able to keep it steady. We must have been driving well over 25 miles now. And I think I can go 25 more, no problem. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Now before I go off the air here, let me think if I forgot anything that you guys would ask. Oh, 6 gears, we talked about that. First is all the way down, neutral is a slight pickup, and then you got second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Front brakes over here on the right, clutch lever right here on the left. You shift on the bottom left here. You got the rear brake on the right over here with your foot. See what else? Oh, let's do the flash pass thing. So, I'm going to pull the trigger here. I'm going to go flash, 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 right? Like quick, quick, quick. And watch the car in front of me. Watch. Flash, flash, flash. Now look at the dash. Flash, flash, flash. See how it does it? Of course, people in front of me are all freaking out. But you can, get over here. No! But you could go ahead and click this flash to pass when you need to pass someone. It's comes in handy. Oh, I want to tell you something else. Nothing to do with the review of the bike, but as you can hear, it's got a pretty loud pipe on it, right? And there's a big debate going on in the motorcycle world, and I'm going to go under this bridge here, so let me see if I can shut up and you can listen to it. Do loud pipes save lives? I'm going to tell you my opinion based on my experience. So listen, right here, 1, 2, here we go. I don't know if you heard that. Here's my opinion. I don't think they help a lot, but I do notice a difference. I'll be honest with you. I do notice a difference that people do pay attention more. I don't think it helps a lot, but it does help a little. So, I know there's some people saying, nah, that's not true, because by the time you fly by them, they only heard you for a second. And that part is true, and motorcycle riders say that. But for example, listen to this. We're going to the bridge, listen. Let's say you're riding right here, right? This guy can hear me next to me, see? So, that brief moment that you're next to them, they do hear. So I have to be honest with you. I used to think, nah, I don't think they really help, you know, because these people, these cagers aren't paying attention to anything. You know, I used to be one of those bikers that would say that, but let me go over here. But now that I have a motorcycle with a louder pipe, I've noticed I haven't had anyone almost smash into me. That was happening to me all the time on my other motorcycles, which have the stock pipe. So I don't notice like a dramatic difference, but I notice that the amount of close calls I'm having within the same amount of time, you know, are less. I'm having less close calls. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review, the Suzuki Katana. I've rated it 5 out of 5 stars. If you're a real world biker, I strongly suggest it. If you want something for the twisties or the track, then this is not the motorcycle for you. But if you're a real world biker, I should say, if you're a real world biker like I am, this is a great bike.